We can start. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to Autism Success Academy. Today, we are going to talk about a special topic, which is about how your trauma affects your child's brain development. And we are also going to be launching our first ever cohort of foundations, which is my birth child, I would say. The last 2 months, I have been really hunkering down and situated inside of me through the Ramadan time. I was really trying to figure out what Allah wants me to do for the next course of my life. And also my various plethora of physiological issues, liver issues, pre-diabetic issues, all of those things were kicking in. And I wanted to, reevaluate my life, reevaluate how we are offering things, simplify the offer, because currently I am actually running 7 different programs, and I have decided to condense all of those things and do only 3 of them. So one of them is the foundations, which we are going to do today, unravel inshallah. But before that, the most important thing that I wanted to talk about is a new topic that I have never spoken before. Because first of all, I myself wanted to be 100% sure that what I'm trying to teach to you guys is authenticated, is validated, is result driven and proven beyond measure. So I have also included a list of the research that I have done through and I have read through to accumulating all the knowledge that I'm going to pass on to you guys. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to try my best to stay within the 90 minutes course. So 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes would be me talking about the how the ND trauma cycle, which I have coined the term ND trauma cycle to separate out the specific trauma that autism moms go through and which they sometimes pass on to their kids, okay? So specifically that trauma I'm going to talk about, and then the other 30 minutes I'm going to talk about the new program. And then the last 30 minutes would be Q&A if anybody is interested to know more about us, more about the trauma cycle, more about foundations or anything, So I'm going to be there for you. So without further ado, let's just jump into today's topic because I cannot wait for that, okay? I have been working under covers for this one for like 2 months now, and it's ready for you guys to see. All right. So I am Dr. Tasnuva. Those of you who do not know me, I'm the founder and CEO of Autism Success Academy, previously called Neurodiverse Nerd. By the way, if you stay until the end, you're going to learn about the 3 specific goodie bonuses that you will not know if it was some other time. Okay. So there is a specific scholarship that I'm giving. And if you guys know, I don't do discounts ever. All the pricings that we put in any of our programs always have the same amount. We don't do discounts, but this is the first time we are launching something like that. And it is going to be for a short period of time. It's going to be a limited time discount. And then we will know about the 8 weeks of community support as well as first ever 100% money back guarantee. I am so much sure that foundation is going to really blow off your mind that I'm giving 100% money back guarantee. So you can buy the course, you can use it for 7 days. After 7 days, if you feel like, it's too much or it is not enough, which I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be happening because our course portal is something that I am extremely proud of. And almost all of our students have always said that the course portal alone was very much enough for them, apart from the other resources that we provide. So this training is not for you if you want to manage the problems of your child but do not want to resolve. This training is also not for you if you are not ready to do the work. This program is also not for you if you want complex, complicated, several programs going on, because me and my team, we always think about simplifying to amplifying, okay? And the last pointer is if you are not ready to think about brain development, to think about working on your child's brain development, investing in your child's brain development, then also it's not going to be a training, because I'm going to give you a lot of freebies today. I'm going to give you my first ever freebie on how to have speech strategies, how to help your child's speech. That freebie you're going to get at the end, so stay until the end. That is the new freebie that I have created for you guys. But apart from that, you have to find ways like time, energy, effort, attention to invest. Otherwise, you will not be able to see results. Okay? So typically, our students see, because this program, the ATS Foundations, is mostly about our course portal, about sharing the complete system with you guys. I wanted to share what our current students are talking about the course portal. So Angati says, hello, I hope you all are doing great. The course portal is incredibly well organized and easy to navigate. I have been able to find exactly what I need when I need it. The variety of meditations has been especially helpful for me. I have been able to heal and grow in ways I never thought was possible. Okay. Fariha says each information is well explained and catered systematically. If those are not examples of what you're going to get inside the course portal, then I don't know what would be. But stay until the end. You're going to learn more things. Okay. So I'm going to teach one secret only today because we are pressed in time. I don't want to overwhelm you. There is just one secret we are going to learn today. And that is how your trauma is affecting your child's brain development. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat if anyone ever heard, apart from me, if anybody heard anyone, any coaches, any doctors, anybody talking about trauma affecting your child's brain development. Because this is something I see is sorely missing in almost all the coachings, programs, treatments, wherever you go, from doctors to neuroscientists. They are not talking much about how the trauma of a parent, specifically mom, affects the child's brain development. And we're going to talk about it today. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to give you a solution that is accessible, whether you have 500 bucks in your account or 5,000, you always have something inside of the course, inside of Autism Success Academy. Okay. So we have made the course accessible, affordable, starting right, and with the money back guarantee, inshallah. So at the end, you're going to get several PDFs. So first time, I am going to give you speech development strategies. It's our 5-page to autism success. I was thinking, what new thing can I create for my community? And I understood that us moms, we have so little attention span because our brain is fried from the stress, from the years of not sleeping, from the years of not eating our breakfast. I myself, I know rarely I would remember to take breakfast. My mom, my sister, my husband had to call me to remind me, did you take your lunch today? Did you take your medicines today? So I understand completely that you have very short attention span, very short time. So I'm going to give you my super important, most effective speech development strategies within 5 pages. You are going to get that. You're going to get our top supplement links, early bird secret bonuses, slide decks, and a trauma reading list. I have cumulated the list of the things that you're going to read, which will help you understand, which will prove beyond measure that our trauma affects our child's brain development. Okay. So what is my promise today? Me and my team, we are promising that we help autism mom, as in you, go from stressed to blessed in 8 weeks. Can you guys imagine that? 8 weeks. You can take a upcoming summer holidays, summer vacation, and you can go from stressed to blessed with affordability, accessibility, and right direction from the get-go. How cool would that be? All right, for those of you who don't know me, very short, I am a neurodiverse adult myself. My middle-born son is on the spectrum. He was severely autistic. He had severe problems. And today I'm going to show some clips with you guys, which I have never shared before. I have made my whole family go through their phone to find out if they could have, if they had any videos of Muhammad not being able to speak and all of those things. So I'm going to show some of those proofs to you from before and after. Those of you who keep on asking me, like, where is some of the before and after of Muhammad? Okay, so we have worked with over 390 students. I'm a brain development specialist. I'm a trauma healing and mindset coach. Most importantly, I'm a pharmacist. I have a bachelor's in pharmacy, a master's in pharmacy, and a freaking PhD on natural medicine with 19 plus years of education and teaching. I was also an assistant professor in my alma mater. I am not some random mom on the internet with Google in my hands and AI in my pocket, a $500 course certificate, or maybe if I have money, $25,000, and maybe I was working as a, lab assistant. But I'm saying that I'm a, what is the thing that people are using? Healthcare professional. You know what? Healthcare professional is only a doctor, a pharmacist, and a nurse. Anybody who's cleaning the toilets of a pharmacy cannot tell them that they are healthcare professional. Okay, anybody who's operating a machinery, that may be an x-ray, that may be a radiologist, MRI, they cannot tell themselves as their healthcare professional. Healthcare professional and healthcare worker, these are terms that are throwing around, which confuses the parents that actually maybe she is legit, maybe he is legit, maybe I should listen to them. And that's why most people are always stuck where they are. They have tried every single thing and they don't know which one is sticking. They don't know which one is working and they are tired. Let me know in the chat if anyone is resonating with what I'm saying. If you feel like you have tried everything, you are still clueless, you have no freaking idea what to do with your life, what to do with your child's life. Okay? So now more than ever, autism is just a diagnosis. I want, if nothing else goes into your mind and heart today, I want this to be inside your brain. Autism is just a diagnosis, and you can reverse that diagnosis. If your child has a severe diagnosis, your child can become highly functional. Your child can lose the diagnosis. I have done that 390 times before. Alhamdulillah. Okay? The secret that you're going to learn today is your trauma is affecting your child's brain development. So we are going to teach you how to heal them. Neurodevelopmental delays are recoverable when you work on the gut and brain using the 5 pillars to autism success protocol that I have tried and tested and perfected, and which results in severely child's going from severity to no diagnosis. Okay, first example. The left slide, the left-hand side slide that you are seeing is Muhammad's broken hand. Okay, he was such a guy. He was when he used to get angry, he would bang his head. He would jump from places to places, and one day he broke his arm. That was when he was with his father inside Chio, waiting for 11 hours for the doctor to fix his bone. And my husband, at the end of 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, begging everybody to come and do something because his son was in so much pain. He, alhamdulillah, somehow worked on the sprains and helped him. But that is the kind of person Muhammad was. To the right, if you see, he's connected to his father with a chain kind of thing. Why? Because he used to elope. He did not have any idea what danger is, what oncoming traffic is, what anything was. He ran away from home 3 specific times, and I had to jump out of the home without my hijab, trying to save him from oncoming truck, oncoming car. He had zero idea of what he was, where he was going, and everything in between. The first small video that I'm going to share with you is his 3rd birthday. This one was in his 3rd birthday here in Canada. We gave him some toys, which, as you will see, he doesn't even know how to play. Okay, so the one to the left, the one that you saw just now, was on his 3rd birthday. No speech, no understanding, very little eye communication. And the one in the middle that I'm going to show you right now is about 4 months of working on him. And if you hear him clearly, you will see that he is trying to repeat rhymes, But obviously, just on his own, which we call as echolalia, he's hearing the things, but he is just repeating them without understanding what those things are. Take a here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I know what you are. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, shine star. Okay, so that was about 3 months of 3 or 4 months of me trying to change his diet. These videos, guys, still makes me shut up my, my whole heart starts thumping with the emotions that I'm still carrying in my body from all of those years of seeing him struggle. The one that I'm going to show you was taken by him last year, and you will see what he's talking about. He shot this on himself, and that's what he has to share.
Hi guys, today this teeth is actually wiggling. So leave the tooth until it falls down.
Okay, so the dude here wants us to make sure that his speech gain, he likes to video himself. He likes to take my office phone, and then I actually have a lot of videos that my husband went through and then found out that he has secretly shot himself. We are going to share those things with you, inshallah. And if anybody from here saw my one of my Instagram story yesterday, he wrote, "Dear mom, we are ready to sleep with you." And there was a picture of how they were situated, like Muhammad in the end, Ira in the middle, me on the side, and then our cat on the floor beside. So yeah, that's the kind of situation I want you to be in, inshallah, and that is totally possible. Okay, that is totally possible. So how did I do it? How did I go from no speech, no understanding? Even I myself was on the spectrum, but I had zero idea about autism itself. How did I go from there to what you have seen right now? The first thing that I did was I decided to take matters on my own hand. I stopped complaining about the system. I stopped complaining about not having enough money, not having enough support. My husband was working from day to night every single day, 7 days a week. And I stopped working on on the things that was not helping him, and I started focusing on the things that was helping him. For example, like implementing the diet part, the detoxification, lifestyle changes. At the same time, I also worked on my mindset, my trauma healing, my inner work. I created a community and support system around me. I let go of people who did not understand my lifestyle, who did not understand that rice is going to hurt my child's brain, that sugar is going to hurt my child's brain. I stopped socializing, I stopped going to parties, I stopped inviting people inside our home unless I was very sure that the family that I'm inviting is in the same understanding that my lifestyle has changed, and that is something that I have to do for the betterment of my child. I understand it's not easy. I understand many of us, we have a fear that if a fear of ostracization, that if I want to change my lifestyle, my in-laws, my husband, my mom, my dad, they're not going to understand. They're going to push me. They're going to force me. I get it. My mom scolded me too when he saw Muhammad was losing a lot of weight. But she was also the same person who started following the same diet because she knows that it works. Okay. When you start the journey, you will be alone. But with time, if you choose the right person to help you, There will be community and systems to help you with that, okay? The last thing that I did was I stopped following autism influencers who were making the whole thing about just, crying and just sharing what is not working, this is happening, that is happening, and all of those things. I only wanted to follow people who were positive, who were making me feel like I am motivated, who were inspiring me. Okay, so are you guys ready for the secret number one, or the only secret that you're going to learn today? How your trauma is affecting your child's brain. At the same time, you're going to learn about the solution that is accessible, affordable, start right, with the money back guarantee. All right. So I call this ND, neurodiverse trauma cycle. It is a term that I have implemented. I have trademarked it. I have copyrighted it. It is about how your trauma is affecting your child's brain development. Okay, if you become a student, you will know, and in the participants, I can see some of my students, current students following here, because they wanted to know more about the trauma cycle that we talk about. Okay, so what is a trauma cycle? It's actually a cycle of trauma inflicted from generations previously, then to us, then our trauma going to the child, and how that is affecting the child's brain. And before I go there, I want to refresh the 5 pillars that we always talk about, we always work through, because I want you to understand something. You cannot reverse autism with just diet. You cannot get all the results that you see me sharing with Muhammad or my students just with detox. You have to follow and implement all the 5 things. Okay, the number one thing is, the first pillar is inner work and mindset. Why? Because that will help you to work wisely, to choose wisely, to be strong. Pillar number 2 is gut brain healing diet. Not just gut healing diet, gut and brain healing diet. And that is going to help your child's brain development. Number 3, gentle yet effective detox. I see a lot of people doing detoxes, sharing stuffs that makes me either extremely angry or really anxious. I am seeing people sharing to give child's, what was the other day I saw this thing. Somebody sharing that matcha, to give matcha to child for their focus. Matcha is high in caffeine. Caffeine is just like coffee, and just like us adults have caffeine crash, that happens to your child also if you give your child matcha. So please don't do that. I'm just saying. Okay. The fourth thing that your child needs is holistic lifestyle, because that is going to support and prevent regression and prevent the exposure of chemicals and neurotoxins. The fifth point is need-based parenting. That pillar helps you to understand your child and be the glass for the water. You become the glass. Your child is the water. And then your child can grow and expand and be everything that he wants to be, he can be, he deserves to be. Okay, your child deserves all the attention, your child deserves all the support, your child deserves everything. But here's the thing, the world is not going to give you things on its own. You have to create them for your child. Okay, and I personally feel that rather than expending our energy and resources for the 99% of the population to give way to my 1% child, it's very much important for me to give those 99% of resources to my child, so that he, even though he's 1%, he can then go on to rule the other 99% of the world. Okay, when you see Albert Einstein, the guy who did, what's the name? Tesla's, yeah? Elon Musk. Yeah? All these people are not autistic. Yes, but do you see them banging their head? Do you see them nonverbal? Do you see them sleepless, hyperactive? No. A sleepless, hyperactive, eating shit kid is not gonna become Elon Musk. You know why? Because his brain is gonna be busy with the neurotoxins from the food, from the toxins inside the brain, the toxins inside the lifestyle. You can only make your child Elon Musk level when he will be able to talk, when he will be able to sleep, to eat, to poop, to understand and socialize. Because there is a term in common business, your net worth is your network, or your network is your net worth. If your child don't know how to speak, how to make friends, he's not going to have a net worth, because then he will not have a network. Okay, so what is trauma? Trauma is an emotional response to a terrible or distressing event, often leading to long lasting effects on mental and physical well being. It's not just about the event itself, but also the individual subjective experience of the event and their ability to cope. If you guys have a question at the end, I will answer them. So please lower your hand so that we don't get distracted. Okay. It's a request from a neurodiverse adult. Thank you very much for understanding. So I have shared a trauma reading list with you guys. When you get at the end, my team is gonna share the whole bonuses drive with you, and you can have those things. But right now, I want you to focus a little bit. So trauma affects our nervous system, and if left unchecked, trauma causes us to operate from a low vibe and mood. From a low vibe and mood. No wonder you feel like you cannot change your child's diet. No wonder you are always saying, he doesn't want to eat. I cannot make him do this thing, because you are not showing up as the leader. Your child, you are thinking that your child is the leader. That 2 year old, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever your child's age is, please let me know in the chat what your child's age is, so that we could also give age appropriate solutions and informations and things to you guys. So those ages, we think that our child is the one making the decision. No, we are the one making the decisions. But the thing is, if my trauma is affecting my nervous system, I will not be able to show up as a adult, a matured adult, a emotionally stable adult. I will always blame the child for not being able to eat, for not being able to poop, for not being able to overcome his picky eating. When we label our child, my child is a picky eater, I'm actually giving the power away from my hand first, away from my son's hand, and giving the power to the picky eating problem to rule the life. I believe now you understand that how your trauma is actually affecting your behaviors, your actions or inactions. The effects of your actions and inactions are actually experienced by others, especially the children of that mom. So your child gets affected by your energy, by your emotions 100%. From a brain network perspective, neuroscientific research consistently finds that the brain responds to psychological trauma with one of the two neural adaptation. Once you go through a long list of traumas, you either become hyper vigilant or you become disassociated. So hypervigilance is a state of heightened awareness and watchfulness, often characterized by an increased sensitivity to potential threat or danger. Oh my God, what's happening? Where is she going? Where is this going? I mean, when you feel like your brain is always looking right and left, right and left, right and left, that is you being hyper vigilant. I also see mom being hyper vigilant when they come inside the program. I'm giving them, let's say I'm giving them an enema, which is the gentlest form of enema possible. And the enema is doing its job, but then the mom starts, oh my gosh, why is my child pooping so much? You gave me a wrong dose, blah, blah, blah. You know why that is happening? Because she have failed to work on the first pillar that we teach inside the protocol. Mindset, trauma healing. Because unless we can reduce your reaction to every single triggers, we cannot balance you out to be able to follow any protocol or program in the world, let alone mine or anyone else's. Okay. So the second thing that the brain does is it becomes dissociated. So dissociation means you are removing yourself from the world, from the situation going on. So dissociation is a mental process where you experience a disconnection from your thoughts, feelings, memories, or sense of self, which is also when you are thinking you are the victim, which is also when you are thinking you don't have the power, which is also when you see things are happening but you unsee them, which is also a reason why many fathers disregard completely their son's diagnosis. Let me know in the chat if anybody here is resonating. I see parents from Southeast Asia a lot. The fathers would just say to the mother, nothing has happened to my son. You are making everything up. I don't care about this diagnosis. It's all BS. I have seen hundreds of families go through that. Okay? You have to accept the problem first. That is the acceptance part of autism awareness and acceptance. You have to accept that your child has a diagnosis and then move on to working on the brain development. Autism acceptance doesn't mean, oh, my son has autism, so now he gets to do X, Y, and Z. He gets to ruffle up another kid. He gets to bite another kid. Yeah? So dissociation can also manifest as a sense of being detached from yourself, your surroundings, your emotions, as well as difficulty recalling events or personal information. This disconnect can be a temporary coping mechanism in response to overwhelming stress or trauma, or it can be a symptom of a more serious condition. Okay? How do you know you are disassociating? Are you scrolling mindlessly? Are you trying to eat your way out of feeling an emotion? Are you trying to watch Netflix on and just avoid looking to yourself inside what's going on? Are you fearing to buy that protocol even though you know it's going to work? Are you going to the same treatments like therapists over and over and over again, knowing that it is not helping your child? You know why you do that? Because you just don't have the energy to fight or to think or to decide. Okay? So trauma can be passed down through generations, impacting a child's well-being, even if they don't experience the trauma directly. So I want to say a story about this first batch student of mine. And previously, I spoke about like 1,000 parents one-to-one, and then her story makes cut into my heart. So she told me that her son was everything was perfect until the 18-month period, and then the son suddenly stopped talking, understanding, everything gone. Okay. And then I asked, what happened around that age? And then she was like, why do you ask me the question? And I said, honey, trauma is one of the causes for autism, because you said your child was not born autistic. And here's the thing, I also always say, no child is born autistic, they are made autistic. Okay. No kid in the world, no baby in the world is born with autism. They are not born with no eye contact. They are not born with no talk, no word, no babbling, no sound, no cooing. They does everything, but something happens. Either it's a vaccine, either it's a life trauma event, some other family event has happened, infection of major category. So for this student, what happened was her mom-in-law came to stay with her, and then she was trying to micromanage everything, and she was also having her own psychological issue. That mom-in-law one day, one night, put fire into the whole kitchen. She lit fire into the whole kitchen, and they were sleeping. So long story short, after that event, the child stopped talking. Okay, stop doing everything. If I want you to take some time and to think, when was my son or daughter started showing all of these symptoms? And what happened around that time? What major changes happened in his life? Did he get the vaccine? Did he get a new sibling? Did I get sick? Something must have happened. Okay. All right, so how does trauma gets passed on? Trauma gets passed on through biological changes, which we call as epigenetics, and it's like a molecular switches, okay? Our genes are like a library, and epigenetic changes are like notes written on the pages affecting how our genes are expressed. It can also come as learned behaviors and patterns. So if I behave with aggression, shouting, screaming when I'm angry, my children is gonna copy that thing, and when they are nonverbal and they're frustrated, they're gonna do the same things. It is called parental modeling. Then there is unconscious transmission. So parents who haven't processed their own trauma may unconsciously repeat harmful patterns, potentially impacting their children's development. There can also be environmental factors. So, for example, a child's environment, particularly their home life, can be influenced by a parent's trauma, affecting their overall well being and development. The third thing, how trauma can pass on from you to your child, is collective experience and trauma in history. So, for example, shared trauma, a certain group of people sharing the same historical collective trauma, they can pass on those things to a generation. So, for example, if your generation, if your father has seen a famine, like my father did, I have a fear of not having enough food. You know what? I always overbuy things. My mom always scolds me, why are you buying so much and wasting food? Even though I don't want to waste food, because there is a trauma inside my body which is generational, that is, I don't want to die of hunger. Okay. The other thing is impact on mental health. Intergenerational trauma can contribute to higher rate of mental health challenges such as depression, anxiety, substance abuse within affected families. In essence, trauma's effects can be transmitted through biological mechanism, learned behavior, and the shared experiences of a family or community, impacting the mental health and well-being of future generation. This is the reason why I am telling you not to go on follow random autism advocates. Because when you are in a community who don't want to change, who don't want to evolve, who don't want to grow, you will be feeling forced to not want to evolve and improve. And you will always feel like a sore thumb. Okay? So, what's the solution? There is no alternative to healing your trauma, because genetically you have already passed on your trauma and your husband's to, or any your parents or grandparents to your child. So how we do this inside our program is we take the mother through a separate course which we have inside the program, and which you will have access to as well. We are teaching the parents, the mother, how to overcome their trauma, how to deal with it, how to understand and identify trauma, and give them tools and strategies and modalities to really understand the trauma and to work through it, to heal it. Because when you are not solving that part of you which is essentially you cannot help your child to be essentially who he is. And one last thing, there is trauma of the child if they cannot talk, if they cannot express their needs. Imagine moving through life as if you are in a glass box, soundproof, and nobody hearing you. You are crying, you are shouting, but nobody listens to you. That is your nonverbal child. That is your nonverbal child. So, when you follow the protocol that I'm going to share with you, you can have speech coming in a matter of few months. This mom who joined our, YLD last year, she joined in January, I guess. So in 3 months, now it's April, in 4 months, this is what happens. My son start having new words yesterday. First, I said to him, I love you. Then he said back to me, I love you. Another sentence, we go to the park. He went and asked like, mommy, are you ready? When I take away what he want, he said, give me. Okay? You can have that too. So, are you thinking about stem cell? Because stem cell is excruciatingly expensive. It doesn't address diet, detox, or lifestyle. It doesn't focus on the changing DNA in a similar way as we do in plant grafting. Okay? So here's the thing, your child is not a plant. What stem cell tries to do is like grafting another form of brain into your child's brain, and that is why it fails. It fails majorly, okay? People believe stem cell or want to try stem cell because the doctors are recommending it. And we are a generation, we are a society where we worship the doctors, whether they are right or wrong. Are you trying homeopathy? Some of you are, I know that. A lot of you guys do homeopathy as well. So, homeopathy, and my mother tried homeopathy for many years, by the way, and it didn't do anything for me. Nothing for me. Homeopathy helped my father a little bit, and it took 1 year for that slow development to come even. So, what is homeopathy? It's like excruciatingly slow, and often you will not see any changes. Homeopathy don't address diet, lifestyle, or exposure to toxin. Homeopathy focuses on removing toxin with toxin. Homeopathy don't work to the extent your child actually needs. And people believes because homeopathy is actually older than modern medicine, and pretty much all of us grew up with homeopathic medicine. Let me know in the chat if anybody's parents tried homeopathy, if you are trying homeopathy, if you grew up having homeopathic treatments done on you for anything. Okay. Essentially, homeopathy doesn't address the gut and the core energetics of autism recovery. That's why homeopathy is not going to help you. Please don't waste your time and energy and money on that. Okay. Biomedical, the most sought after and common knowledge these days. Why? Because biomedical makes you feel like you are in control of the body. You can force the body, you can do everything with the body just by changing what it needs. Here's the thing, your child's body, your body, it has millions of neurochemicals, biochemical reaction going on every single day, and a slight lack of anything, vitamin D or vitamin B12, is not gonna solve all the problems of your child. Vitamin B12 injection is becoming rampant. Everybody is giving their child vitamin B12 injection. Do you know those injectables have neurotoxins? Those injectables is made up of synthetic B12, which the body is gonna pee off. What's the use? So it's often convoluted. And many of the biomedical practitioners I see these days, if you go really deep into who they are, you will actually see they are just housewives who had a $500 detox specialist certification. And now they're calling themselves detox specialist. And then you go follow them and do what you need to do. Yeah. Okay, so some of our results. One of our students shared about the course portal is that it is a delight to go through the course portal. It's a pleasure. The course portal is a game changer. I personally would like some more materials to read, which we have included after she has mentioned. Okay, because what am I? I am trying to be the best honest version of me when I'm showing up. If there is something lacking or missing in the course portal and my students come to me and then they say that this is missing, I go above and beyond and rectify that. Okay. Only a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, some of our students got kicked off from the course portal. You know what I did? Overnight, within 10 minutes, I forced my husband from his sleep. I made him wake up. I made him buy me a new course platform. I did that just to make sure that my students are always taken care of. That's the kind of person I am. Okay, so overall, the course portal is well worth the investment, and some of our students are also from the course just itself is considering shifting to the 6MD. Okay, so I want to add this thing, what is the thing called? Win from one of our student. She mentioned we all choose the correct program. And congratulations for that. If you scroll social media, you all know we get so many of these autism healing posts in our feed. And honestly, I was terrified as one of my very close friend got scammed when she blindly trusted someone claiming herself as autism expert. She also says, as Dr. T mentioned, anyone can get certificates online if they spend $500. but you don't get the knowledge and empowerment that is inside the 5 pillars protocol. That is the only thing that you need to start and end the journey with a plume. Okay? So, secret to your child's success resides in the brain development, which can come from your emotional stability, removing the belief blocks, and how you parent your child. A very short look on the mindset part. I will take only 2 minutes to or 1 minute to talk about it, because I cannot not give you some specific information. Okay, that's the kind of person I am. So first of all, how we feel affects our thoughts. So currently, right now, let me know in the chat, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling right now? Are you feeling anxious, stressed, depressed? What are you feeling right now? Because when we feel something, we behave based on that feelings. Our feelings affect our thoughts affects our emotions determines our action, and our action or inaction affects our results. You feel fat, let's say you feel fat, you feel lethargic, you feel ugly, you know you have to wake up and go to the gym. So let's start with the feeling fat, and you start thinking I am fat, and then you start feeling sad and depressed and no energy. And when you feel sad and depressed and no energy, do you wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym? No. You stay under the duvet and you enjoy your sleep. What is the result? You stay at 80 kg. That was me a few years ago. Now, my weight gain is because of my physiological issues. I am eating really clean. I am doing my exercise as much as I can. And then we will talk about those things inside the program also, inshallah. We do help our moms to work on their own physiology. Okay. So a big reason of many things that your child goes through is our fear, is your fear to overcome that. The difference between success and failure is mindset. Mostly. The difference between success and failure, your child's success and failure is your mindset. Okay. So how your mindset is determines how you parent, and how you parent your child determines the destination of your child. So the end goal success of your child is connected to the beginning mindset. That's why pillar 1, mindset, and pillar 5, need-based parenting, begins and ends the autism success map that I'm going to hand you over to today. Okay? Your child will be different, and different is good. If he's not being a burden to himself, on you or the society, then neurodiversity is cool. Most of the adults, most of the people who talk about, like, don't do anything about autism, let them be, they have mild autistic kids. They don't have severe autistic kids, because a mom with severe autistic kid cannot say let them be who they want to be, because she just cannot see the struggle of their child at all. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible to sit and see your child struggling. Okay. So this is also from one of our students. She mentioned he knows his alphabet, shapes, colors, counting to 40. Alhamdulillah, he can spell out and read words. All of these things are possible within a few months. Okay, and all of those things you can learn in just 8 weeks. Speech and language, communication and emotional intelligence, calm, happy, joyful person, playing with others, sleeping all night, being independent, understanding danger and not running away. You able to take your child on a vacation for the first time in life, maybe. How about self-care skills? Do you know Muhammad, alhamdulillah, every single day he helps me unload the dishes. I ask him, can you please unload the dishes? He unloads them. This morning also, alhamdulillah, he did that. He unloaded the dishes and he put them away in the proper place. That means me struggling with my pain issues, he was helping me. And that is also possible. How can you do that? You have two options. First one is figure out everything and try everything on your own, which most of you are already doing. or follow a proven step-by-step guide that alone is changing lives. I have given you a lot of examples how the course portal alone, which I'm going to give you today, is enough. Okay? So what are the bonuses? By the way, our course portal, the one that we give to our 6MD students, are worth $1,500. It is priced at $1,500. That is what people are paying. That is what it is worth at least. But you're not going to pay 1,500. You are also not going to pay 1,000. I am giving you a one-time only special amount, a discount, or a scholarship, whatever you call, today. Okay? Plus, you will also get 8 weeks of community support, because here's the thing: I just couldn't build a program that does not have a that does not have a support system to it. So that's why I'm not just giving you the course, I'm also giving you access to 8 weeks of inside our student community. You can ask us questions 5 days a week, several times a day, and all of your questions will be answered, guaranteed. Okay? For 8 weeks. And for the first 7 days, you can trial everything. And then if you don't like it, you will get your 100% money back, inshallah. So what are the things ATS Foundations is giving? Number one is a 300 USD scholarship. So I have priced the program at 995 US dollars, but for the next 3 days, only 27 people, the first 27 people will have that at 695 US dollars only. Why 27? Because my birthday is on 27 April. And I am celebrating that by giving this massive scholarship of about 700 US dollars actually, okay? The second bonus that you're gonna get is you will have one-to-one call with one of our coach, and she's gonna help you get started and get onboarded properly. So there is that little bit of one-to-one support there as well, okay? The third thing that you're gonna get is you will have this, guys, is gonna blow your mind, because the reason why I took so long time to build this program, to offer this program, is I was hesitating. Should I give away my life's worth like this? Will people value that? Will people understand it? Will people? And then I was like, Dr. T, you are asking those questions from your trauma response of wanting to feel validated. That is my trauma response. People pleasing is trauma response. I was thinking if you guys is gonna value this or not. You know what I was supposed to think? Do I value this or not? And I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. I value what I have created because I know it works. So the full access of our library, of all the past Q&A sessions, of all the past trainings, of all the resources will be at your fingertips for 8 weeks. The PDFs, you can download them. The workbooks, you can download and keep them with you. The resources you will have access to, and that is valued at 10,000 US dollars only, alone, okay? The fourth thing that you're gonna get as early bonus is access to the diet charts and my secret detox protocol creation strategy. I'm gonna teach you how I create the detox protocol strategy for every student, for every kid. I'm gonna give you those calculation, and it is very easy, okay? It is very easy. You're not gonna get stressed out. You can ask in the group if your calculation is right or not, and I'm gonna come and give you the solution, okay? So you are not alone. You're not gonna be doing it alone. For 8 weeks, me and my coaches, I have 5 coaches working with me. Me and my coaches will be there at your service for 8 weeks. So all of those things are valued at 997 USD. So say assalamu alaikum to Autism Transformation and Success Foundations, which is our 8 weeks program to get you access to our signature ASA 5 Pillars to Autism Success Protocol. So some of you have been following me for a while. You know I work with the 5 pillars, right? My protocol is called ASA 5 Pillars to Autism Success. So ASA is short for Autism Success Academy. The first pillar is mindset and inner work, which is valued as 5,000 US dollars. You know, when I put a value, it is not a random number. I have paid a trauma healer $5,000 to learn how to do trauma healing. And I am sharing every single thing of those things with you guys. That is the $5,000 I have spent to learn those techniques. You're not gonna even spend 5,000. It's only $695 for you. Second pillar, gut and brain healing diet, worth valued at 1,000 US dollars. You're gonna get 6 weeks of deep clarification. You will learn all the stages and phases of our protocol. There is no gatekeeping. You will learn all the stages and phases of all the diet, all the detox, all the lifestyle. Every single thing will be at your fingertips. Third pillar, the detoxification. Like I said, everything is built into the course portal. You just go in, follow through, and then you see the results. Okay. We will also teach you how to DIY your own holistic lifestyle. If you want to buy products, we will teach you how to choose the right products. If you want to build your own things, make DIY your own soaps and your own stuffs, you can do them as well. Many of our students actually have started side business of creating handmade soaps and dishwashers and, what is that thing called? Detergent, all of those things, and they are making money on the side as well, all from just the program. Okay. The fifth is need-based parenting. You will learn how we work through our kids' brain development, how we support their brain development, how you can become the leader of your child's future success. We have built this program with the bonus in mind so that you can understand the whole protocol and you can move with the protocol. Okay. By the way, before we continue, this is something that I always ask anybody who is, coming onto the webinar. Have you ever sat down with a calculator and actually calculated the cost of keeping up with the problems and just managing the problems? Have you? What is the monthly cost of your child's therapies? Let me know in the chat. What is the monthly cost of speech therapy? How much did you spend in the last 12 months for speech therapy? I can guarantee you beyond a shadow of doubt, whichever country you come from. Currently, I am supporting 55 countries, alhamdulillah, and I know how much those parents are paying. I can guarantee you, you are not gonna spend 1/10 of what you have already spent by coming to our program. Okay. Especially, this protocol was not built by a professional without lived-in experience. It was built by a mom for you, another mom. It was built by a professional with certification, research, and lived-in experience. It was built by an autism adult because I know how hard the life is being on the spectrum and trying to stay in the world, to be successful in the world. And I have included all of those information inside the course portal because I want your child to succeed just like I succeeded. So ATS Foundations is an 8-week straight start right program where you will get full access to our proven 5 pillars protocol and library of resources to start achieving success in a matter of few weeks, inshallah. So I want you to pay close attention to this slide. It's very important. This is very important. So our foundations course portal, like I said, it's valued at 1,500 US dollars. The full library of resources that you're going to have access to for 8 weeks is $10,000. The community support for 8 weeks is about $997. The 3 bonuses that you're going to get, number one is you're not going to pay 95 US dollars, but you're going to pay only 695 US dollars. That's $300 scholarship. I don't like to use the word discount. It sounds low vibration. I love to use the word scholarship because we are an academia after all. We can say we give scholarships instead of discounts, okay? So number 2 is a bonus of Autism Mom one-to-one call with one of our coach, which is valued at $250. She charges $250 per person, and I'm gonna give it from my pocket, okay? Because I love you, because I want you to succeed. Bonus number 3 is Diet and Detox Library, which is worth $997. Cumulatively, the whole course of the course portal, the access, the support, the one-to-one, the discount, everything comes out to be 18,000 US dollars worth of support in your hands. Okay? Sorry, 16,000. But you are gonna pay only 695 if you join in. The first 27 people will have 695, and after that I will bring on the regular price 995 US dollars. I'm gonna keep the price 995 throughout the year for the rest of my life, inshallah, if I can, if the inflation is not too much high. But once in a while, you get the opportunity to do the same protocol that others will be doing at 995, but you're going to pay only 695. And this is going to go away by whenever we fill up the first 27 slots. And in my experience, we usually fill up the first 20 spots by the first 3 days. My team, my admin team can vouch for that in the chat. In the previous, whenever we have launched smaller programs, we have sold them out really fast. Okay. So once more, what are you getting? You are getting a DIY detox protocol, DIY version of the detox protocol as bonus, as first fast action bonus. You will also get the library of diet charts as fast action bonus. You have the access to the course portal lifetime. You will have access to the course lifetime and all future updates, because I don't like stagnated course portal. I usually do like a once a month or once every 2 months, I do special trainings and bonuses, which will be uploaded into your course portal. You will have 8 weeks community membership, and you can ask us questions 5 days a week to understand your, the course itself. So you can do one thing. You can join today, and then you can hold on to your 8 weeks of membership. You can join whenever you are ready. Okay? Because a lot of the time you might not be ready to start a journey. You might have some other things in your head, in your mind, in your life going on. But I would say buy the protocol at this price, 695, because after a few days it's going to become 995. And you will see. You can come back after 5 days, and you will see in or 6 days, however days it takes for us to fill up the 27 people, you will see it has become 995. Okay? And then I don't want you to be feeling sad or upset. So let me take a sip of my coffee that my husband has given me very lovingly this morning. Okay. So ATS Foundation, who is this for? If you are an over-researched mom who needs one definite and complete guideline, whatever your child's age or severity is, the protocol works. If you want to start strong and in the right direction, if you want the same access to complete system as just another parent. A few days before I was completing the, the course and everything, I came across to a workbook that I filled up several years ago. I wrote in that workbook, I believe every autism parents deserve they deserve and they have the right and to the access of everything that matters to the child's brain development. And that is the promise I am bringing to you today. Whether you have $5,000 or $695, you both will have the same access to the same complete system. Just because you don't have the money doesn't mean you do not deserve to know what will help your child. For sure. Okay? Just one thing, please remember, developmental potential differs from kid to kid due to their unique human varieties. Okay? So one of our students from the full protocol have mentioned, I went to doctors and specialists and they had to wait for 1 year on the waiting list to go to the doctor. And that 1 year waiting, after 1 year waiting and then going to the doctor, that doctor couldn't help her child. But alhamdulillah, she's seeing for the first time in 4 years her child eating real food like chicken and vegetables and dates. The mother is in utter shock. I am in utter shock. Alhamdulillah, barakallah. Dr. Tasnuva's protocol and detox did a miracle in just 1 month. Please read. In just 1 month, they have seen the results. Okay. And you might say, oh, it is working for her. It will not work for me. But let me guarantee you, it works for everybody who makes it work. It works for everybody who does not give excuses. It works for everybody who does not feel that I am not going to work on my trauma. I'm going to do all the other strategies and it's going to work. No. You will stop yourself from going the next level because of your trauma, and you have to heal those things. That is what the whole today's session is about. Okay. A few Q&A, I think some of you might have, and we are on the 1 hour mark, mashallah. Today I'm on time, which is very, very nice to know, because usually I go off track. So I have about 25 minutes to take your questions and answers. But before that, typically there are a few questions that I hear repeatedly, and I want to answer them in priority. So the first thing is, what results are possible in the 5 pillars protocol and the timeline? Okay. So typically speech and communication comes within 6 months, inshallah. Calm and stable mood comes within 1 to 2 months of following the protocol. Learning and education skills comes within 4 to 6 months, because that is a big skill. Okay. Health and sleep comes within 1 to 2 months. Social skills within 2 to 4 months. Self-care and independent skill within 2 to 3 months. Confidence to conquer challenges about 5 months. Fine and gross motor skills within 1 to 3 months. Okay. And what are the factors that is affecting the level of results? Number one is the child's age we start with. Okay. A younger child will gain those results faster, an older child will take a little longer. The level of trauma of the mother that has been passed on to the child, that is also affecting a child's improvement. Number three, how deep, positive, and faithful you are to yourself, to your child, and to the protocol. And number five, how much work you're going to do inside the protocol. Okay. So what happens after 8 weeks? Because I'm saying you are going to have access to me for 8 weeks, right? So after the 8 weeks, you will continue to keep following and working with the course portal, because you have access to it for the rest of your life. And it will take some time for you to complete, because it is extensive. You can choose to upgrade to 6MD. And here's the coolest thing. Any ATS Foundations graduate who requests to upgrade within the 3 months of joining will get the amount they paid deducted from the 6MD payment. So for example, if you join paying us $695 and you want to go to the full program, to the main program, to our flagship signature course, then we will deduct the $695 from our $5,000, and then you will pay up the rest. You will not pay twice. You are not going to pay twice. Okay. But you have to make the decision within the first 3 months, because after that, we have already given you all the support and you have already taken those supports, right? So last question is, what if I cannot do a certain stage or phase a certain way? Will that affect result? This is another question that I sometimes get from people in the DM or people in the clarity calls also. So here's the thing. You will be completely in control of choosing where you want to start. You will be completely in control of choosing where you want to start. But as your coach, I will highly advise you to follow the course portal, because it is laid out in a way that I have seen proven to give result year after year. I am doing this for 6 years, alhamdulillah, this year. Okay. So with ATS foundations, we won't have the opportunity to go deeper and customize beyond the 8 weeks period. For that, you will just have to upgrade if you want to upgrade. If you don't want to upgrade, keep the course and follow it. You will see results. You will see improvements. Okay. And of course, within the first 7 days, if you have buyer's guilt or buyer's remorse or whatever they call that, you will have your money back. Okay. But I am pretty much sure nobody would want to give the money, ask for the money back unless there was a weird situation going on there. Okay. All right. So PS, there needs to be foundational discipline in the parents to continue on their own. Okay, you need to have that discipline. You need to have that foundational discipline for you to start the protocol, go through the protocol, and end the protocol. Okay, so with that, I am stopping the sharing of my screen, and I am here to answer questions if you have any. And I'm gonna give it like 5-10 minutes, and then I will be off. Okay, let me check the messages. So because I'm not the host of this thing, I don't see a lot of. So my team, can you please share me the questions they have, if there is any questions? So Itlal says both if my, okay, probably she's talking about vaccine. Zahra said, what is the tonic which you have mentioned before? You will get to know about the tonic inside the foundations course, okay? You will get to know about the tonic, about the detox, about everything that we do with our, big courses. You will get to know everything. And then I think I have seen a few questions here. So Monica asked if, can somebody tell if it's recorded? Yes, we are recording. And anybody who has registered for for this event, they are going to have the recording sent off when the processing is finished. Okay. So Monica says, we are trying homeopathy. It has helped me immensely growing up. Mashallah, that's very nice, Monica. For me, what happened was my mom used homeopathy for my ongoing nasal congestion. And it went on for several years and there was no solution to it. At the end, they had to do surgery and cut up a part of my nose so that I could, breathe in. So somebody asked a question about hijama. So hijama is a therapy, which is like it is a detox. It is a sunnah of our prophet. But I am extremely scared of doing hijama for a kid, for a young kid, because in some cases you have to tear the skin, to cut the skin and let it bleed. For me, I don't do that. Okay. For adults, okay, you can do the hijama. But for kid 3-year-old, I don't want you to cut your child's skin to bleed out the toxins. It's not necessary. What you can do is do the detox protocol that I'm going to teach you inside. And by the way, we spend about $150 per hijama session. So 5 hijama session, 4 or 5 hijama session is going to be same as the 695. And it is going to give you not just the detox, it's going to tell you every single thing. Okay. Safia says, can you please touch on leucovorin medication, high dose folinic acid to aid in speech and cognitive development? Good question. So the other day I wanted to share about Suramine, which was currently of rage. Everybody is loving that. But here's the thing. When I was doing the research, I wanted to share in the Instagram, and then Instagram didn't allow me to post that. Okay, but I am in the process of finding a way to really share what's going on with the, Suramine, with Respiradol, with leucovorin, and all of these things. Your doctor is gonna say it works, everything works. But if you ask them for like a booklet, there, because every single medicine comes with a leaflet of the side effects and what is available, what is not available. I, as a pharmacist, can guarantee you there will be something of a huge side effect which will not be worthy or worthwhile to pursue. Okay? Your child's speech will develop when the speech centers of the brain develops. And the speech centers of the brain will develop when it gets the proper nutrition, when it can work without neurotoxins, when it can stay calm, regulated, then your child will start learning. Because I always say this, a stressed brain never develops to its full potential. And because you are staying until the end, I am going to share my strategies, my speech development strategies with you guys. And you can see that you do not have to do any medication. And please don't do medication. Please, because anything like this will have side effects which will affect the brain badly. Okay, which will affect the brain badly. And we cannot undo all of those bad things that's going to happen. Or you cannot undo the side effects of psychoactive agents. Okay. Okay, so somebody says, Laura Prost says vaccination is not trauma though. Well, vaccination is not trauma. I'm not saying vaccination is a trauma. What I said is vaccination is also a causative agent. For us, we have seen drastic changes in Muhammad after he was vaccinated. Okay. And I have also had a lot of our students mention that their child was perfectly well before the vaccination and things started going downhill after the vaccination. One of our coach, Azra, will also vouch to that thing. She also mentioned the other day that her son's problems started, I mean, speech problem, the severe speech problem started happening right after the vaccination. Okay. So what is the question about puja? Somebody asked a question about puja. Okay, so Laura says, is that Puja the dietitian? Does she work with you guys? No, she doesn't work with us anymore. We have parted ways last year when I started understanding that she was sending off the wrong information to the wrong students. So for example, she would send, let's say your child is 7-year-old and then certain problems was going on, and then she would send a 3-year-old's chart to her. So she was not being very professional, and she was building a similar program behind my back, which goes against. And I don't want to talk more about it, okay? Because it's not nice to talk backbite. But in short, we no longer work together, and I do not feel comfortable working on talking about it as well, because I don't want to be wasting my time on people who brings you down. Okay. So Bismarck says 20,000 per month. I think so. It would be nice to, share, like, is it 20,000 ringgit or $20,000 or 20,000 rupees, whatever you are spending. Whenever you are using a, money amount, it's nice to have like a dollar, like a, whatever money value you are using about it. So somebody asks, my question is, after the program and following it rigorously for 2 years, what is the criteria for checking if the child gut is healed and completely sealed? Very good question. So in my experience, whenever you see your child's having a more calm and steady, okay, you see your child improving steadily, even if there is up and down, and it's human nature. Human body cannot go like straight from here to there. It doesn't happen like that. It goes always up and down. What we are trying to do with the protocol is we are trying to reduce the dip that it might fall, so that it's mostly going up. Even though there is a downward, like slow development in certain phases, your child's improvement will still go up. So after the 2 years, why am I saying, first of all, why am I saying 2 years? It takes about 9 months for the gut to seal and heal. And it takes about 21 months for the brain neurons to be completely reorganized and redeveloped. Okay, the brain is neuroplastic in nature, so it takes 21 months for the brain to completely reshuffle and rewire. So that is why I always say you have to follow it for 2 years, because it is scientifically backed up. The science is telling us that it takes about 8 months for the gut to heal and seal, and then it takes about 21 months for the brain to redevelop and reshuffle and do everything. Okay, so within the 2 years period, you will see a lot of up and down happening. And after that, and at the same time, you will also start seeing improvements happening. But sometimes you will see improvement, then a few days, maybe you will see regression, then you will again see improvement, and again a little bit of regression somewhere, and that's totally okay. That is completely normal, because you cannot expect your child to always be happy, to always be moving, to always go everything, because this is not practical. Okay, it's impractical. After the 2 years, how do you know your child's gut is healed? First of all, the poop will tell you. Okay, his behavior will tell you, his sleep pattern will tell you, if his speaking will tell you, his ideas, how he communicates, how he understands, how he reciprocates, following through command. Your child's behavior, your child's day-to-day lifestyle will actually tell you that the thing has worked or not. Okay, so for example, after 2 years, you want to start going to the regular protocol. Okay, regular lifestyle. So regular lifestyle you can start doing is, you can start including the grain. After 2 years, you can start including certain grains and see how your child's body is reacting, how his poop is changing, how his behavior is changing. So when you see that nothing much have happened when you have given your child rice, that means his gut is now sealed, and he can go for the rice. Okay, with gluten, what I have seen after several years is, I personally avoid gluten as much as possible. Like 98% of the times I avoid glutens, because gluten, number one, if I'm going to a pizza house, if I'm going to an Italian restaurant, if I'm going to regular restaurants, they're going to use commercially produced GMO filled with pesticide wheat flour, right? Yeah. So if you are giving your child those commercially blended products made of the gluten, then even the sealed and healed gut will start showing problems with that, because that child's body cannot digest that specific GMO version of gluten um, filled with gluten food. Okay, gluten inflicted food. So what we do is, if we are taking him outside, we try our best to give him sourdough or sprouted grains. Things like that are easier to digest. His body is not going to react to them, and I'm not going to see reactions after giving him that food. Okay, there certain changes has to be permanent. For example, limiting sugar, limiting seed oil, limiting stress, limiting toxins. Those you have to do all throughout your life. Those you have to do all throughout your life. You cannot expect you cannot expect your child to hold on to the good results even after continuous, exposure to gluten, sugar, high, low vibration, all of these neurotoxins and things like that. Because even though we are healing and sealing, it is still biological organism. It is still membrane. It is still porous. You're not making your child's gut iron. I think there is a understanding gap here. When we think I am healing and sealing my child's gut, I am thinking, oh, my child's body is becoming just like an adult body, and it can withstand any amount of gluten, sugar, dairy, every single thing. No. Even adults cannot digest those food well. Even adults have diabetes, heart problems, stroke problem, all of these things coming from the wrong form of food. So why will you not follow the right form of food for as long as it is needed? What is the hesitation? I would love to understand. And, I would love for you to ask yourself, what is the hesitation of not wanting to do a certain thing? Because for me, when I know that if I give him the rough, bad foods continuously, I will see degradation in his mood. I will see him sad. I will see him having meltdowns more than let's say in the last 6 years, I haven't seen any meltdown. But if I start giving him gluten for 7 days straight, I'll start seeing him having a meltdown. That tells me that even though the gut is healed and sealed, but whatever I'm feeding is causing hole inside the gut again. If any food can cause hole before you start the heal and seal process, can also do the damage after. Why are we healing and sealing? We are healing and sealing to remove the production of the massive amount of neurotoxins from inside the body. Okay? Because let's say now, your child, if you give your child rice, it is high in starch and also gliadin. And then if it is GMO version, then it's a GMO. Your child cannot digest the rice, even though it is gluten free. So once I heal the child's gut, he can have gluten free grains regularly. Muhammad eats 3 meals a day, which is pretty high in carbohydrate, and I don't see any problem with him. I only see problem if he ate a massive amount of sugar, which rarely happens. Okay? So Laura, it feels like you are not in the right mindset here. I would ask you to leave the webinar, because I am not here to allow anybody who comes into the society, to the community, and tries to bring discomfort in the society and community. My community is for positively minded mothers and fathers who want to do the work, who want to take the responsibility, and who are not here to blame others. Okay? So please, Laura, kindly remove yourself from the chat as well, because you are not doing any good for the society and community. If you have something good to share, please do that. Otherwise, it's just... So my thing is, whenever my team, they have been trying to reply. I'm seeing they have been trying to reply and trying to tell her everything, but she keeps on talking anyways. Just let her go. Lucky. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. A child with mild autism, is it reversible? Yeah, definitely. If we can reverse, severe autism, you can reverse that as well. So here is one thing I want to make sure everybody understands. By reversing autism doesn't mean your child will not be on the spectrum, your child will become neurotypical. No. Your child will still be neurodiverse, but there won't be much or any struggles that affects the quality of his life, that affects how much he can move forward with his life, that affects how he feels, how he does, how he understands. That is something we are trying to do. We are trying to remove, and we, alhamdulillah, we remove struggles and obstacles to your child's understanding, to your child's leading a better life, to your child's having all the understanding to be able to lead a successful, independent life. I am on the spectrum, and I am pretty successful, alhamdulillah. That is the kind of neurodiverse we want in the world. Okay? I think that answers the question. So, All right. So a lot of the Nusrat says, where am I located? I am in Canada, Nepean actually, near Ottawa. I don't need anybody to come to me. The reason why I made the, online, even though when I started doing online was when nobody actually believed in online coaching. 6 years ago, everybody thought, oh my gosh, if she's doing things online, she could be a scam because I don't get to see her. The reason why we have everything online is because when I started the journey with Muhammad, I was stuck in the pandemic. I was stuck in the throes of pandemic, and I was stuck in the throes of pandemic, and there was no help. All the doctors, all the medication, all the medical places were shut down. Everything was shut down. I hated having to wait for 1 year, 2 year for a proper diagnosis. I hated to feel helpless. I hated to feel that, that thing you feel inside, that you are alone and there is nobody in the world and you are crying and then there is nobody who can help. I extremely hated that feeling. So when I wanted to share the solution that was working for my son, first of all, I started getting certified properly in what I'm trying to teach, or get people who are certified better than me inside the program, so that now, by the way, now you have a dietitian who is registered in Canada, okay, who is not studying, for example, the puja thing came up a lot, right? So Puja was educated in India. She just had a diploma in India, not even a undergrad. Okay, she just had a diploma from India, and sorry, she had an undergrad but not a master's from India. Now the person who's working with us, she has an honors and a master's from Canada. Okay, she is studying in here. She studied here. She got her degree here. The bigger part of her degree is from here. She got her clinical exposure from here. Okay. Now, if I am bringing my mindset coach, she is certified in mindset healing. She is certified in trauma healing. She's certified in Reiki. Okay, so whenever I'm bringing now anybody inside the program, everybody is certified way more than the standard, so that whenever we are working with any student, any child, we are giving them the right solution, the right direction to the best of our knowledge. We are human, we can make mistake. If I or my team have ever made any mistake, I apologize for that. Just felt like saying that out loud, because I don't want to make this statement that I am beyond mistake. We are all human, we make mistake, we have our shortcomings. But for me, what I do is, if I have a shortcoming, I try my best to overcome that, because I try my best to be in the top 1%. Okay? All right. So that's it. It's 12:34. Thank you so much for being here. My team has already shared the freebie. They have already shared the freebie in the chat. You can click on the freebie link, and then the link will take you to our Google Drive. You can download all of those things and then start working on your child. And also, team, can you please share our course portal, whenever, however, that they can join in the program, the ATS Foundation page. Go to that, read through it, make the decision, because here's the thing. In summary, you are getting a $10,000 worth of access to all our knowledge, cumulatively accumulated in the last 6 years. You have all of those knowledge in your hands. You will have access to pre-made diet charts. You will have access to how I calculate strategies for detox. You will have access to the tonic. You will have access to all of our things that have helped 340 students so far, the kids so far. You will also have access to our, the group support part for 8 weeks. The few things that we are unable to do in ATS Foundation is obviously, first of all, the payment is very affordable. It doesn't cut the cost of customization. I have to be very honest with you. It costs me about 1,500, 1,500 USD to go to the dietitian, to go to the lifestyle coach, to go to the mindset coach and pay them off to make the custom protocol for you. So what I am doing is, because I am trying to give a full system, a full look inside our system, I have given the DIY version of every single thing. And I have shared with you what our students are talking about the protocol, about the course portal, how easy the course portal is to understand, to navigate, to implement. And because I know you cannot start the journey on your own, I have also given the bonus of 8 weeks of group support. This could be alone. The course portal alone is worth $1,500. The knowledge gathering, the library of resources alone is worth $10,000, but you're gonna get access to all of those things for only 695 if you join as early as possible, because after we hit the 27 students mark, we are going to go to our regular price. Why am I giving the 695? The 695 is our introductory price, okay? It's our launch price. It's the I love you price, where we can get the first cohort kick in as soon as possible. And then after that, we will keep the amount to the 995, because even with the 995, you are saving 500 US dollars, because the course portal alone is $1,500. So Safia and Toru, you guys have questions. If you have questions, please write in the chat. So Toru says, will it be tailored to each child needs? So we will give you the library of diet charts to choose from. And we will also share how the strategies of how to make it customized for your child. But I am not going to customize it for you. Neither can our coaches, because if you want all customization, you have to pay us more. The $695 or the $995 cannot cut the cost of the tailor made. Even if I forgo my amount, then I have to still pay our other coaches to make the custom protocol for you. And those alone is more than the $695 you are going to pay. Okay, so we cannot do that. So other than that, like I said, you will have all the knowledge, all the resources to get started pretty good. Here's another thing. A few years ago, I went to this picky eating coach. She was selling her Overcome Picky Eating course for 500 US dollars. It was the 500 US dollars for only how to overcome picky eating. And hundreds and thousands of people are buying that. When you join the ATS Foundation, you're not just going to get the picky eating overcoming, you're going to get the understanding of the 5 pillars which people are paying $5,000 for and getting the results that I have shown with you guys. If that is not still, I don't know what is, because I'm sharing my life's work. Sorry, not worth. I'm sharing my life's work with you guys. This is the reason why I was a little skeptic. Like, should I be giving a program with this small amount? Will the people really understand and respect or value the life's work that I'm giving them if they're paying that less amount? The reason why I'm doing it is in Ramadan, I had a dream. Okay, after I prayed tahajjud and I went to sleep, I had a dream. Allah wanted me to help more parents, and I know I can only help more parents if there is a option which is affordable and accessible. Okay. Somebody asked a question, if we buy the foundation course, we will get access to all the protocol, but we will have to do it on our own, only with group support. But after the 3 months, if we need further support, we can buy the 6MD. Yes, you got it right. So you join in, you understand if the protocol is good enough for you or not. Because here's the thing, a lot of you guys actually want to join our ATS 6MD, but is scared. You are scared that what if I pay her 5,000, I join the $5,000 program, but it doesn't work for me. So this foundation is a way for you or anybody who wants to taste the whole protocol, but at a very nice amount of money so that you can test on your own if it is working for you. And here's the thing. Maybe it's too much information, but at least 50% of every single one of the students who join our smaller program, they join the bigger one. Why? Because they have started seeing so much result. They don't want to stop the goodness coming in, okay? Okay, so Lucky says, if the child becomes healed, is there a possibility for relapse? I think I have mentioned this in pretty detailed. I will have the recording send off to you. And with that, I want to say bye-bye to you all. I am gonna leave. My group will be here. We will stop recording just now, and I will see you inside the course if you join. So we can stop recording now. After that, I am gonna leave, but my team can stay and answer any one of your questions.